Once again, welcome to this amazing, wonderful opportunity with this patch that's changing lives around the world. Do thank the person who invited you on tonight, and afterwards, feel free and do get back with them and on what your decision is. And I like to let people know that you're either going to be a 3, 2, or 1 tonight. 3 is someone who likes what they see, but you want to do more research. Totally get it. Or you're a 2. You like what you see. You want to learn how to get some of these paths for you and your family. We'll show you how to do that as well. Or you're a 1. You like what you see, and you want to get some paths for you and your family, but also you want to hit the go button on this amazing, rewarding program offered to those of us who share it, not sell it. There's a difference, and we'll explain that towards the end. So, and what I'll do is, because we'll have a smaller group tonight, is I will stop midway in the presentation. The first half will be mainly about the patch. I'll stop and ask if there's anybody has any questions, and then I'll proceed from there then to answer how you can get these patches, and once again about this rewarding program offered for those who share it. And you don't have to share this to get the patches. You can simply get the patches and get the miracle on you. And but we do find that once a miracle begins to happen for whatever it is for you, then next thing you want to do is you want to share this with people you love and care about, and it all starts from there. And because belief is contagious, and so let's go ahead without any further ado. And by the way, once again, my name is Ken Burke, and I'm coming to you from Trinity, Florida. That's in the Tampa Bay region of Florida, and so my wife and I have been in this opportunity for about 28 months now, and it's been just a blessing for our family, for our lives, and we're going to share more about that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a presentation with you that we show worldwide and the team that we're all part of, and so to make it easier for you to be able to best decide what you'd like to be able to do going forward tonight. And the first question I'd like to ask people is, have you been patched yet? And if you have, great. And if not, then you're going to want to get the person who invited you, make sure you do get patched. And we're going to show you tonight how you get some patches so you can get patches as well. But once you put this patch on, as you see it here in this girl's arm, it can be worn anywhere in the body, by the way, it's going to elevate, activate, and regenerate your cells, particularly your stem cells. This gentleman here is David Schmidt. He is the founder and inventor of this patch. He's gifted. He's like the Elon Musk, if you will, of health. And he started 20 years ago with the Navy SEALs. And he invented a 2-patch system that, using light from the body, with his patented technology he created, leveraged the fat cells in the body to keep these Navy SEALs awake underneath the water 18 hours in these specialized submarines, and it worked very well. That eventually led to the Berkeley swim team finding out about it, which then led to Michael Phelps wearing this patch during the Olympics. So this is Olympic-approved technology because it's safe at that level for not only Olympians and Navy SEALs, but also for, I say, grandbabies to great-grandmothers and all points in between. It's amazing. So, but David, then after he created this 2-patch energy system that worked, he began to create other patches. And then in 2008, he turned his attention to stem cells. And over a period of 10 years and 80 clinical trials, $4.5 million, finally got this one figured out, and then got it patented in 2020. And then at that point, things in the world began to change. And so this company skyrocketed from doing 20 million a year after 15 years of these other patches to this one patch, now rocketing this company all through word of mouth to a growth where sometime this year, they'll hit $1 billion coming in this year from 20 million just back in 2020. It's pretty spectacular. And here is this patent that we love to share. And it's so amazing that this is a patented technology, meaning no one else on the planet has this technology. We've got, like I said, the cookie. So it's zero competition. And here is some of the miraculous results found inside the patent. If I can do this on my screen here, it's a 31-page patent, good till 2040. And we have a United States patent, and we have a global patent. And down midway through here, it says, as a result of elevating this peptide, it's going to include the activation of stem cells. It's going to improve energy. It's going to elevate antioxidants. It's going to reduce inflammation, manage pain, improve stamina, elevate collagen production, improve wound healing, just to name a few, based on the clinical trials and studies now formulated inside the United States patent. And on top of that, under the FDA, we're defined as a wellness patch. So we're blessed by the FDA as being a product that has no side effects and we're stamped with the seal of approval with the government of the United States with this patented technology, safe for our family and friends, and what a blessing it is for all. Well, here's the story. You know, when you and I were first in the womb, we were one cell, a stem cell, and then we morphed in every cell now you see. And then you're given a reserve of cells, stem cells, for healing and rejuvenation and restoration. So when you're 8 years old, you break a bone, the brain says, oh, I'm going to send stem cells there and morph into anything you need, bone, marrow, tissue, ligament, joint, whatever it may be. But when you're 80 years old, that doesn't happen. Because by the time you're 30, half of those reserve stem cells that you'll find anywhere throughout the body, in your brain, your bones, heart, those reserves are now going dormant by the time you're 30. Half of them are. By the time you're 60, almost all of them are dormant. So until now, until this amazing little technology, because this is going to turn them on back naturally using light in your body. So how does that work? Well, phototherapy is light therapy. So think about sunlight hits our skin, and then what happens is the body then begins to elevate vitamin D. This is not that. This is light that emanates from us. All of us emit infrared light. We are walking around emitting infrared light all the time. You put infrared goggles on, what happens? You can see people in the dark. Why? Because inside the heat coming off the body is a light wave. That's infrared light. Well, where does that come from? From our DNA, and it's always coming out of us. We just can't see it. Well, that light is bouncing internally off this patch. Now, the patch is made of organic microscopic crystals from basically salts from organic plants, and they're arrayed in such a way to emit a frequency that connects with the frequency of light in the body that also accumulates and elevates this peptide. And when it does, the brain says, thank you very much. I'm going to start reactivating all your dormant stem cells. It's fascinating if you think about this. And so it's non-transdermal. This is not stem cells that you're extracting out of yourself to be re-injecting in a certain area or inserting someone else's stem cells in your body in a localized area. This is the brain knowing everything that's happening with you right now. And now it says, oh my gosh, I've got stem cells again. Let me go use them to begin bringing repair to where age has begun to brought decay, right? Because basically as we get older, that's what's happening. It doesn't sound very pretty, does it? But we all see the effects of aging. Well, this technology is not anti-aging, but age reversal, because it's going to start sending stem cells to all the areas where age begin to make a toll on the brain, the heart, everywhere about you, and begin to bring restoration. It is fascinating. So there's no drugs, no chemicals, nothing invasive. And here's the deal. The patch doesn't do the healing. Your body does. But the patch puts you in a position where the body can do and the brain can do what really you want it to do. So here's some of the things that we all love here, all from the clinical trials and studies: increased strength, reduced inflammation, increased stamina, energy, vitality, mental clarity, restored muscle skeletal condition, improvement in sleep, improvement in skin appearance. And I'll just share a couple testimonies from my wife and myself. As far as my wife had hot flashes that wouldn't quit, 10 to 20 a day. And it was day 21 on the patch, which is September 9th, 2022. And those hot flashes came to basically a dull roar. And she also found herself with a newfound state of mind of mental clarity and with confidence, and which got rid of her anxieties she had that came with these menopausal situation, which was absolutely amazing. Well, fast forward now, if you looked at my wife's hair, her hair is thicker and longer than it ever has been, as if she was a teenager. And then she had more wrinkles on her décolletage area here, and now she doesn't. It's amazing. We were just with some friends, and I said, if you saw my wife 2 years ago, she looks younger now than she did before, right? So energy, vitality, restore muscle, skeletal condition. I had a client of mine, because I used to in an advertising company, and they told me about a gentleman who came in, and they couldn't put a post in the jaw because it was too brittle. But he came back 8 weeks later, and they could put a post in the jaw because the bone structure had solidified. And they said, what did you do? And he said, this patch, and that was it. And so what we hear testimonies all the time about gum pockets beginning to fill in, people's just your bone density getting thicker. And so, like I said, it's being age reversal, bringing you to a younger state. Improvement in sleep. Almost all of us are so thankful that we sleep so much better. And the acid test of that is we're dreaming way more vividly. And so when you're deep REM, that's it. And so it's just been mental clarity. It's been a blessing for me. I was under a ton of stress running my 18-man advertising company. And after 2.5 weeks on this patch, my stress mentally, after all those years, went from about 85% down to 15%, never came back. I had stress, but down at 15% is way different than 85%, where you're living in so much almost fear and anxiety and fight or flight many times as a business owner, and to have much of that have dissipate away. I get this gift I never knew even existed. It's called living in the present. So when I'm with my 10 grandbabies, I'm actually with them. And when my wife and I go on vacation, I'm actually there now. And I'm telling you, that combined with better sleep has been an amazing gift and it's been such a blessing. Here's a study of a woman, 77 years of age. On the left, her brain is inflamed, which means you got inflammation throughout the body. And well, 3 weeks in on the patch, there it is. Her brain now is back to a non-inflamed state, to a state of balance and improved brain coherence. And then 3 weeks after that, it's sustained. And so it's actually spectacular. I like to call this thing a happy patch. And because as you see here, within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced. So if you know people who have anxiety, PTSD, or maybe they've been through a tough time in life, going through divorce, loss of a loved one, teenagers just not doing well emotionally, put a patch on them. And over some time, watch what I call the happy factor begin to kick into place. And pretty amazing. Within the first few days wearing this patch, your genes, separate from your stem cells, your genes, about almost a third of them reset to a younger state. Resveratrol in red wine got notoriety years ago because it reset 2 genes. Oh, red wine's good for you because it's got resveratrol. This resets 4,000. And so that's just in the first few days. But within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced, like it did for me and my state of well-being. And within 6 months, within 3 months, the collagen in your body in 90 days begins to refresh. So your skin, your hair, your nails, gets thicker, less gray, longer, less wrinkled, skin more supple. Spectacular. There's nothing on the planet, clinically, that can elevate collagen production better than this patch can. So you take collagen supplements, that's okay. Put this thing on, it's gonna be amazing how much collagen your body produces. And then within 6 months, your cardiovascular reduce in age by about 8 years. That means every 8 weeks, it's about 2 years. So I had a friend of mine, he got hit by a car and he was okay, but they did a full body scan at the hospital and said, oh, so-and-so, you've got a stretched aorta, 35% out there. Come back in 12 weeks, got to give you a bypass surgery. And he comes back in 12 weeks after wearing the patch for just pain management. And the doctor said, can't explain it, but your heart's good. No need for surgery. So it's amazing what the brain can do when it's given an opportunity to do it. So here's how you wear this patch. You wear it 12 hours on, 12 hours off. As you see here, they tested the patch in 2 different independent points, 2 different times, 2 inches below the back of the neck, 2 inches below the belly button in order to get the patent on the product, but it can be worn anywhere on the body, and you don't need more than 1 patch because it's your brain and the body doing the work. And so it's a signal effect, not so much how many patches you have on you effect, if you will. So 1 patch gets it done, and it can be worn anywhere in the body. And it's 12 hours on, 12 hours off. So put it next to your toothbrush in the morning, slap it on. After dinner, take it off, throw it away. And then rinse and repeat. Boom. Do it the next day. Put a new one on the next day. After dinner, boom, take it off, throw it away. Very simple. And and the key is you want to drink plenty of water. And most Americans don't drink enough water. Well, now is a great time to start drinking water because that's going to help rejuvenate what's happening inside you in concert with this patch. And the key is you want to put some electrolytes in the water. And a great one is Celtic salt or pink Himalayan sea salt, a quarter teaspoon in half a gallon. So you won't even taste it. Will give you all the electrolytes you need and the trace minerals for the day. And that's a great measuring stick as a start. So you can see this amazing technology is so simple. It's a patch, and using light from the body. No contraindication on any kind of medications. My dad, when he got on this patch, was 85 years old, 280 pounds at 5'10", a little overweight, 1 kidney, 12 medications. Then COVID comes along and his lungs go south, right? So now he can't breathe very well. So his quality of life goes way down because he has no energy, always tired during the day, couldn't walk 20 feet with his walker, goes to the doctors, oh, George, your lungs are scarred. I'm like, well, that wasn't like that before COVID. So now I got a problem. I'm going to have to put him in an assisted living facility from an independent because just needs more help. 5 weeks on the patch. Ken, hey, Dad, I'm a believer. Buy me a plane ticket to go see Brittany in Louisiana. I thought he was crazy. I'm like, I'm not buying you anything. You can't walk 20 feet with your walker. 6 weeks later, he's in an Uber to Tampa International Airport from here in Oldsmar, Florida, to fly out to Louisiana to visit Brittany, my daughter, and our daughter and his great grandbabies. And he spent the week out with them. Blew our minds that his lungs healed. Spectacular. So yeah, this technology, and 12 medications, no problem. See, there's no contraindication on any kind of medication, so you can take it, with the exception of chemotherapy, because what chemotherapy does is looking for the most active cells. And so you have cancer cells. Well, if you start reactivating your dormant stem cells, they're going to become active too. And so you don't want to be having, that chemo looking for them also. But you put this patch on after you've been through chemo treatments and watch what happens for you. It's been amazing what we've seen with our friends. What's between double mastectomies and the scarring healing to their state of well-being. Most of my friends, after they've been post-cancer with this patch, are like, I feel better than before I even ever had cancer. Alrighty, so let's proceed to the second half of the presentation here, the next 10 minutes or so, and I'll share with you how to get patches and how the company rewards those of us who actually share it. Should you want to do that, but you don't have to share anything. You don't have to sell anything in order to get this wonderful product on you and get the miracle working for you. So let's go here. Who wants to be a salesman? Nobody, unless you really love selling, So we're not looking for salespeople. Just want to let you know that because good salespeople are hard to come by. And I'm a gifted salesman, and I had an advertising company for 10 years. And I couldn't find good salespeople. It was really frustrating. Now, if someone told me, Ken, go find some great salespeople to help promote this product, I'd tell you, I'm not doing that. I'll wear the product and share it with my family and friends, but I'm not doing that. Well, this is different. With this opportunity, we're going to show you how to share. Think about like this. Here's an example for you. Think about, when you go see a really great movie, or a friend of yours who can't sell anything to anybody goes to see a great movie. What do they do? The next day they go back to the office and they tell everybody how great the movie was. Well, that's how this is. Except what we're going to do is we're going to help someone like that learn how to share with everybody about the movie in a way that piques their curiosity so they want to go see the movie, versus throw up on everybody all about the movie and then they don't want to see it at all. And that's what we do. We help equip people to learn how to share and pique people's curiosity and point their eyeballs to a Zoom like this, or give them some information like you see here with thisitinfo.com. So when someone's asking me, hey, Ken, thanks for sharing about this patch and what it does, can you tell me more about how it works and this, that, and the other? And I'm like, hey, great question. If you want, I'll give you a link that tells you all about it. Give me your phone. I'll text you thisisinfo.com you see here, and watch the first couple, 3 videos. They're only like 2-3 minutes each, and it'll explain all about the patch. And then you can scroll down and see the patents, the studies, see what our doctors have to say, see testimonials, see what's happening with sports figures, all right here. So take a look and, you tell me, what did you find? So this gets the burden off me and you of having to sell the patches. And this is duplicatable. So that means your friends can do the same thing I just said here. You can do this, they can do it. Someone asks them about more information, hey, take a look here. And then you want to invite them to a Zoom. We'll talk more about that because between this here and also sharing a patch with somebody to wear and watching a Zoom, all that does the heavy lifting that you and I can't do. And so, the power of the patch is this, that I can't make your stem cells reactivate. You and I can't do that. And that's the power of the salesman. I shared this patch with a friend, and she got on it. And a couple weeks back, a couple weeks later, she says, Ken, you're not going to believe this, but I don't have my hot flashes anymore. I can't believe this. And I took it off one day and they came back. I put it back on. This is amazing. How do I learn how to share this with my family and friends? I say, well, see this website right here? Start with that. When I ask you more questions, just send them here as a starting point. And so that's step one. And why I talk about this is that this company, if you're thinking about on an opportunity, and I said earlier, you're either going to be a 3, 2, or 1. 3, you want to do more research, or 2, you want to get some patch for yourself. We'll show you that. Or you're 1. Well, if you become a 1 tonight and you want to hang your hat on an opportunity, we're the fastest growing direct relational marketing company in the world. Think of eXp Realty, think of Mary Kay, think of Beachbody, think of other, entities that are relational marketing. And that's what this is here. Pyramids are illegal, by the way. This is not a pyramid. And but this company is the fast growing company in the world. They were at 20 million just back in COVID. They hit 650 last year, million, just 4 years in. They're going to hit $1 billion this year, which is amazing. 60% of that revenue is shared back, pushed back to those who share this product. If this product was on the shelf at Walmart, it's not going to jump out of the off the aisle and tell you how awesome it is. And even if it did, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it on social media because it almost sounds too good to be true. And so what you need trust circles. You need what I call them trust circles. Those are spheres of influence that you have in your life where people trust you, like your mom, your best friend, coworkers that respect you, people at church, wherever it may be that you love and care about, and they love and respect you too. But you tell them about this, they're gonna be more apt to believe you than something they see on an ad. And so it really takes, when you have something this good, it really needs trust and respect and integrity to herald the message. And so someone who can't sell, but has a belief in this opportunity with this Pats, they're going to know people like their family and friends that they're going to want to, because they care about them, they're going to call them up and say, you got to get on this patch with me. It's going to change your life like it's changing mine. So, and that's what's driving this growth, because this company doesn't have an advertising budget. They do it all through word of mouth. And think about this. This thing was at COVID. We're at 20 million. This patch hits during COVID. And in COVID, the company begins to shoot like a rocket around the world, over 80 countries now currently. And that is absolutely spectacular. So what's really amazing is that our team leaders, Steve and Gina Merritt, came aboard 31 months ago. This opportunity, this 20-year-old company, they came aboard 31 months ago, and they hit the highest rank in 23 days that usually would take 4 years to do. And they said, we're going to implement a system for people to follow. And since then, over 100 people have followed this system and hit the highest rank in the company. And my wife and I included, 11 months in, while we were still working 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week running our advertising company, we began to share this patch, just like sharing a movie throughout the day and sharing a good restaurant through the day. We started sharing a good patch throughout the day in a way that caused curiosity for people to want to get on a Zoom and to learn more about it. Or we'd share a patch, and some people would say, I can't believe how good I feel, how to get more, and in that, this thing began to grow. And we followed the system that Steve and Gina Merritt offered in order to do that. And that's what we're all doing. And boom, here we are now. We got to 4 times our income of what we were paying ourselves at our company, still while running the company. And then that gave us the ability to set ourselves free, where we could shelve the company, put it up for sale, and now live a better day with amazing residual income. And this can happen potentially for you, no guarantees. But it's amazing if you got a 19-year-old kid who's now hit the highest rank in the company out of down in Bradenton. You got an 81-year-old grandmother out in Puerto Rico with the highest rank. I tend to think anybody who puts their faith and trust in God and puts some effort and love in life to go care for people and share this patch, I think there's a possibility if they plug into our team, they could too. So could that be you? And what does this do? Well, this brings us, think about all these words on this screen right now. Is there any one of them that stands out most to you? Because we're here, and this opportunity is here, should you embrace it, to potentially bring that to you. This company loves rewarding us with trips. Last year, they gave 4 amazing trips: Bora Bora, Punta Cana. 550 of us got on a ship. They flew us out to Italy. We jumped on a ship, went out to Santorini and Mykonos in Greece. Gorgeous, most beautiful sunsets in the world. Then up to Croatia and then back to Italy. And it was absolutely amazing. But there was 4 amazing trips last year. Well, now there's another one coming up here in April, going to Punta Mita, 5-star resort, world-class golf course where movie stars and all go to on the Pacific coast there in Mexico. And they're flying us out there, going to set us up. And we have a flight credit, that is, but then they're going to set us up and take good care of us. And it's really awesome when you go their trips, each time you go back to your hotel room midday, the bed's made and there's some kind of gift from LifeWave. It's just amazing how well they treat us. And when's the last time you were on an all-paid trip by someone else, rewarding the efforts that you created? And so it's a blessing. Well, how does this thing start? Well, basically, I like to tell people it's one patch for people. See, this company makes other patches, but our team, this is a team that we're part of. So Steve and Gina Merritt, they created a team, the This Is It team. And with this system that's now helped 100 people hit the highest rank in the company. And the system is all based on one patch. We don't share the other patches because this X39 patch is the only patch in all the patches that generates now almost 90% of the entire revenue of the company. And this is a team, by the way. We now generate half of all of those sales worldwide, which is absolutely amazing. And it all starts right here. It's you plus two friends on your left and two friends on your right. What do you mean right and left? Well, this is a binary structure. It's a solid business structure that keeps the company in a good, healthy financial state and allows people that you sponsor after you to make more money than you. My wife and I are doing very well, but we got three people who are doing even better than us, which is actually amazing, making more than us. And they came in after us. They're below us, but not like in a pyramid. Pyramids are illegal. This is an FTC highly respected and approved business model that rewards you and me for great effort. And it starts with a left team and a right team. And really, it's starting with 4 people. And almost everybody on the planet has 4 people in their life they love and care about. Usually you have a dozen to 20 of them that you're typically on the phone with, not on social media, but on the phone. You're talking with them, and if you become a believer in this, then, and you get 4 of them to join you in this opportunity to wear some patches and share some patches, well, boom, you're now going to be put in a position, this position here, which we call manager. And that opens you up in the comp plan to start making up to $1,500 a week. That's the cap. You can make up to that. And then the cap rises as you hit other levels all the way to $25,000 a week. I know that sounds crazy, but we have people hitting that, and which is absolutely amazing. And so what I'll do though is I'll explain a little more detail of what this structure of you and two and your left and to your right looks like in just a minute. But just know that $25,000 a week isn't all the money one can make. And my wife and I have been blessed. We actually, by God's blessing and this amazing opportunity, we make more than that. Well, Ken, how are you making more if it caps at 25? Well, the reality is I haven't even come close to hitting that 25 yet, but it's this way here, which is the unlimited way by which all of us get paid. The company wants to reward me and you for bringing on people who are sharing this successfully with others too. So for instance, if you enroll a friend and that friend starts doing something, well, that's your first generation. That friend of yours you enrolled, they enroll somebody, whether you know them or not, that's your second generation. And if that second generation person enrolls somebody, that's now going to be your third generation. And the company's going to reward you 25%, 20%, 20% on whatever they're making out of this here. So say they're each making now $1,000, all 3 of those generations each week. Well, guess what? You're going to get 25%, 20%, 20%. That's $250, $200, $200. Boom, on Tuesday. Tuesday is a great day. Every Tuesday can be a payday if you should decide to work this thing. And that's unlimited because you're not limited to how many people you can enroll. So that was your one friend, but maybe then you enroll another and then another and another. And you just keep enrolling friends, and then they enroll somebody, your second generation. And then the second generation enroll somebody. There's your third generation. So you can see that quickly, this can begin to add up and be rewarding for you. And what a blessing for all. So, and how this works is, in order for you to participate in the rewarding program this company offers, you buy a pack. You can buy a 3, 6, or 20 pack, and that's what we see here: a core, advanced, premium. That's a 3, 6, or 20 pack. And what is a pack? What am I saying? Well, this envelope, this beautiful envelope, is a 30-day supply, and in it is a sleeve. In the sleeve are 30 patches. And this is good till, I can't read it really, a long time, like September 26th, a long time from now. So I guess if you lose it a year later, it's still good. And so this is a 30-day supply. We call this a sleeve. And so typically, this is going to be $149 for a retail rate. But why would you want to pay retail when you can get it for wholesale? That's what I told my dad. Dad, you don't need to pay $149. You can get this for as little as $99 a month, all month a month. Click off anytime, you're never obligated. And and so by just signing up as a brand partner, actually for $25, you can get a position and then start buying the pen, because it's like having a Costco membership or a base membership that for 25 bucks, that gives you the ability to get a spot in the tree. And I'll explain in a minute, that left and right organization, and gives you the ability to get this at wholesale. But the reality is you don't want to wear this just for 30 days. At a minimum, you want to wear this at a minimum 90 days, because 97% worldwide of those who wear this product for 90 days see results. And this isn't an aspirin. This is stem cell reactivation. How long did it take you to get to where you're at in your life? It's not a magic pill, though you almost think it is a magic patch. But you're supposed to, the founder says, wear this 1 month for every 10 years of life. And you're obviously going to want to continue to wear it. You don't have to, but if you continue to want to get younger and better, your gums get better, and your skin get better, and you feel better, and you sleep better, it just gets better as you wear it. Then you want to continue to wear it. And if you can afford a little over $3 a day, then you're on your way. And the cheapest way to get it is to buy a 3, 6, or 20 pack one time, because if you're going to wear it for 90 days. So if you're just going to kick the tires and say, okay, I'll give it a 90 run, then buy the core, because you're going to save 30 bucks. You're going to save the $25 membership fee, because all these cores waive that $25 membership fee. So now, boom, that's gone. It's $25 saved. Plus the core is $295. And if you divide 3 in that number, it's not $99.99. Okay, because that's how much it would be. So you save about 30 bucks. But the reality is, if you think about a family, you've got a husband and wife, and maybe they have some kids, and you're supposed to wear this 1 month for every 10 years of life, then, you probably want to get the 20 pack. It gets at the cheapest possible rate. For $17.50, it comes about $87.50 for a month supply for each person. And now you're in, and you can never buy these packs again. It's only one time. And this is what me and my wife did. We bought that 20 pack. And because I believe in the law of abundance, I wanted to get this on other people. I want to see what happened. And we did. We bought this, and we started mailing out just a few packs to family and friends. And we said, hey, come across this amazing technology, works off light in the body. It's going to turn your dormant stem cells back on. And I'm going to mail these to you. I want you to stick it on you 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and tell me what happens. And that's pretty much what I did, and not knowing any better. And we began to get testimonies back to us because we add extra patches. But one of the beautiful things also, when you have extra patches, is you can do a place and replace program. Meaning, if you enroll somebody who wants to buy some product, they're not going to have to wait 5 working days or so before they get theirs in the mailbox, because you can front them one now, where they can start wearing patches today and possibly get the miracle going for them. And I remember we enrolled somebody who bought a 20 pack at church months ago, and I went back to my car. I said, I'm going to front you one of these now. It was a Saturday night, and that's when we go to church. And I'm going to front you one of these now. And then when yours in the middle of the week, just put one aside and bring you back a new one and keep the one in front of you. Well, the next day they said, Ken, and they started wearing the patches right that night. Called the next morning, Ken, we slept so good, you're not going to believe this. 2 days later, Joe calls me, Ken, I've seen 4 chiropractors in 10 years. None of them have helped me feel this good. This good. And so they were excited, wanting to call their family and friends and tell them about the patches, and they still hadn't had these in the mailbox yet. But because I had enough extras where I could front them one and wait to get it back, and then begin to do that with other people, place and replace, it began to collapse time and get this thing, I call the miracle machine, going. Because the faster you get these patches out on family and friends, the faster the miracles come back to you, the greater your belief rises. And for them too, which inspires them to want to get these patches on people too, and gets that miracle machine going. And not to mention the money that follows after it. But that's secondary compared to the most important thing, which are people, and helping them and bringing them hope that nothing else on the planet can like this. And so now I was talking about that 20 pack. It's a one-time purchase, right? Now, if you say, Ken, I can't do $17.50 right now. And I'm saying, well, that's too bad, because we want to get you to a point where that's not a problem. So fine, get the 6-pack, right? That's $535. That's $89, right? And so I signed a couple the other day. They just want to try it for 90 days each. I said, fine. Then there you go, $535. Get it for, reduce the price down to $89. And then guess what? Now they're excited because just a few weeks in, they're already starting to feel really good. Now they're starting to want to share it. And I said, well, guess what? We have a system by which you start with 2 on your left and 2 on your right, and that it gets the ball rolling. And so let's go back to that real quick, because I showed you here the 3-pack, 6-pack, or 20-pack. When you go back here to this system, if you come in at a 6-pack or a 20-pack, and go on a 2-sleeve monthly maintenance. That starts 30 days later. And your friends come in at a 3-pack or above on at least a 1-sleeve monthly maintenance that starts later, then that gives you the achievement of the first position in this distributorship called manager. Now, they're going to be managing anything. They just call it manager. And that's going to open you up to all the ways the company gets paid, that wants to pay you, and will give you on that residual up to $1,500 a week at that first level, which is pretty amazing. Well, the key here is we just want to replicate this position again on your left and right leg. So we want to look for somebody who you enrolled who says, hey, I'd like to go manager too. Well, if you get with someone on your left leg to do that and someone on your right leg to do that, well, you hit the next rank in the company called director. That frees you up to $2,500 a week on the residual, right? And so on. And the key is if you knew nothing more about the compensation plan, nothing, except this position here, and you began to help your people on your left and right begin to tell them about this position so they could achieve it for themselves too, and so on and so forth. Well, we call this manager making. We just want to be a manager making machine down the left and right legs of all our left and right legs, and which is basically a left and right team, just think it like that. And that takes care of everything. That will rise you through the ranks and continue to increase your pay without you having really know much more than just understanding that right now, do you have people in your life that you love and you care about? And if you're having a faith in this past that you know could help them, maybe you got parents who've got Parkinson's or dementia, or maybe you've got, family that's suffering with cancer, or maybe you've got frozen shoulder, maybe you're just stressed to the max, and you have family and friends who are stressed also for one reason or another, because basically most people are either stressed or they're going through some kind of physical issue, and everybody's getting older. Everybody's stem cells are aging out. So the whole world is an opportunity, literally. But it all starts with the people in your world, the people you love, that you care about, that you believe need a blessing by getting on this patch. So, and that's how it starts, 2 left, 2 right. And so, and the person who invited you can share more. But as we go forward, then you just make the call. Is it a 20-pack? Are you ready to be abundant on getting the patches on you and your family and loved ones and getting a place replace? Or you still want to, maybe you're one, you want to hit the go button on the comp plan, but you can get a 6-pack to get started. You can always upgrade to the next level, meaning the 20-pack. You can upgrade from a 6-pack to a 20-pack for the difference. And maybe your budget's so tight says, I can only start at the 3-pack for $295. That's fine. You can start where you're ready. The company is wonderful in the sense that it cares. And so it gives you the opportunity that when your belief and your budget's ready, you can go to the next level. You can upgrade from the core to the advanced for the difference in price. So you don't have to rebuy it again. Same thing from the advanced to the premium. Just upgrade to it. Once you've got that premium, you're not going to do that again, because this whole business is built on a two-sleeve monthly maintenance. 2 of these, right? And so, and my wife, we are so blessed. We now make 7 figures, and my overhead, I'm a businessman. I'm thinking this is just crazy. I have no employees. I have no inventory, no brick and mortar. My overhead is 2 of these a month, 1 for me and 1 for my wife, to make 7 figures. Now that is just the most genius business model ever, and it can be a blessing for you. But listen, $200 a week is a blessing. We have our kids in the business and they're making money. What a blessing for them and their spouses and our grandbabies to have our children to keep the balance of life, which is God, family, work, and then this opportunity to keep that in order and have this opportunity begin to add some finances in their banks and add miracles in their life, watching lives change, putting a new bounce in their step. And also because they're wearing patches, they're less stressed. So that means their family life is better. I mean, there's a whole lot of benefit that comes from this patch that you can't put a price tag on. But the money is also a big blessing too. And so we want to help you with that. So you make a decision, either buy a 6 or 20-pack if you're ready to go manager, and then let's build a list and help you get your first 4 people. And one thing we do is we can do a Zoom like this, invite them to a Zoom like this. So we can help do the heavy lifting for you and get them introduced. And you're part of a team, the fast growing team in the world, not in this company, in the world. right? So this company is the fastest out of 561 relational marketing companies in the world. We're the fastest growing company in the world, second year over again. Our team is the fastest growing team in the history of this company, only 31 months old. We now have 300,000 people on our team. Soon we'll have 1 million. And I'm part of that team, Steve and Gina's team, called the This Is It team. As you see here, this is it team.com. This is a team Facebook. This is a team YouTube. This is a team school, SKOOL, that is. So this is a team is the umbrella that we're part of. And if you go to thisisitteam.com, that website is going to give you the insights on how to build this business, right? And the This Is It info, which I showed you earlier, is what you're going to share with family and friends when they want to learn more about it. It gets to burn off you for trying to be the salesman about it. This was the first event, as shared earlier, that Steve and Gina Merritt had done just back in August of 2022, I believe it was. They were just months, not even months in, and they already had 1,700 people come to an event for 2 days in sweltering heat. And the founder on the left here, and then Meredith Burkett's in the middle, the president of our company, they had never seen this kind of growth in the history of this business. And they were so enamored at what was happening with the growth of this that they came to Steve and Gina Merritt's first event, and we were there too. Well, the power of an event like this is amazing, and here's why. At the time we went to this event, my wife and I were probably making 1,000 a week. But then we had 60 people come. It was 2023, excuse me, August of 2023. We had 60 people, it was in 2023 anyways. We had 60 people come to this event from our team. And well, this took us from 1,000, and we didn't invite all 60. So we had some of our team inviting some other team who invited some other team. And so within our organization, our team, we had 60 people come to this event. Well, we went from making 1,000 a week to 1,000 a day because of an event like this, because it's events like this that actually build the business. And here's why. When you go to an event like this, your belief rises to a whole nother level, and belief is productivity, it's activity. So you come out of this event enrolling more people because you're so excited. And now the fear you may have had before, you don't have any longer. You're willing to pick up the phone and call your uncle and call your best friend and other people that you love and care about that maybe you were too chicken to do before because, you know, your belief just wasn't there. But now it is because you love them and care about them. You're like, no, I'm going to let them know. And you have vision. Well, if you have 10 other friends of yours who come with you, you're going to 10x yourself, if you will. And that's the power of how these events work. So looking at there's only 2 of these events a year. And we just had one that was virtual. We have another one that's coming up here in Orlando here in August, just less than 180 days away. So as you get excited in this opportunity and you begin to hopefully enroll, if you're someone who's ready to launch with us, then you want to begin enrolling your friends and sign up for this next level event, because you get plenty of your friends in there and you plenty of your team there. It's going to just launch you like nobody's business. And so, and these are some of the rates of getting a hotel rate that comes with a ticket and what have you. You can get a room for 4 people and split it for about $300, $400 each, you know, and it's super affordable. I remember going to Tony Robbins. I paid to have my team of before this with my other company. I went and we paid probably 15 grand to take him to go see some. And it was fun walking on coals of fire and getting all excited. But then 3 months later, we're kind of back where we were before, where this is massive productivity. Big difference from way, way less. I mean, it's priceless. So you can scan here to join the thisisityoutube.com team, and as well as get on, we have a book of the month, but also get on our Facebook group. And then we have Zooms that occur almost every night. We have 2 on Monday night. We have basically, really, there's a couple during on Tuesday. I mean, there was one at 3 o'clock. On Wednesdays, there's a noon Zoom that my wife does. There's a Wednesday evening Zoom that a team does. There's Spanish Zooms on Thursday. There's another Zoom actually goes on Thursday. There's a Friday. Now, this Friday's Valentine's Day. Just from a reminder for the guys, there's going to be no noon Zoom that we usually have. But Saturday, we have a team Zoom. So what does that mean? That means while you're busy working, you can point people to the Zooms to do the heavy lifting, part of our system to help you begin to get the word out. All you got to become really good at is contacting, inviting, and even patching people. And so being patched on people is another opportunity. Well, there's many other ways that our team can help you, but as you get plugged into the team, you're going to hear about this because our team is all doing the same thing. It's all a group of volunteers. Like, no one's telling me to punch a time clock to show up to go to any of these Zooms. We all willingly do it because we believe in this system, because we're seeing the benefits of it and want you to also. And at the core of the system, after you get your first 4 people, is to just to continue to follow through on a daily basis of sharing with X amount of people a day, following up with X amount of people a day, and asking those people to get their eyeballs on a Zoom. We call it the pro system. You'll learn more about that. And but it's an amazing simplified system that the next person can do too, to keep you steady on course on sharing this opportunity, seeing miracles occur with people. And it's such a blessing to be part of it. This is a team that's getting it done. And we're so thankful for Steve and Gina Merritt. And we're so thankful for David Schmidt. My wife and I pray for them every day because of how it's changed our life and our families' lives. And we pray that you're going to find this the same for you as well, that you've stumbled across something and been invited into something that literally is going to change your life, not only with better health, because we all can be healthy and continue to stay on what I call the the hamster wheel of work, particularly if you're not enjoying it. And 75% of Americans today are not happy on the job, according to Newsweek and other periodicals. That's a lot of wasted time to do something you don't love, but have to do because you got to pay the bills because inflation has been kicking everybody's rear end. That's not good. You deserve better. And it's up to you to go get better. We've got the better. And so you team up with this, and it could be you. You could be the next senior presidential director. That's the highest rank in this business, and set yourself free. So it's up to you. As I said tonight, you're either 3, 2, and 1, either A, 3. You're ready to do more research? Fine. Take a look. Look at that. visitinfo.com. Or 2, you want to get some patches, get with the person who invited you. They'll help get an order placed for you. It's really easy. Or you want 1, get back with the person, let them know, hey, I'm ready to launch, and they'll help you do that. So we're looking forward to hopefully seeing you on the next Zooms and inviting your friends to them as well. And so we pray nothing but God's bless and his best for you and blessings for you. So it's been an honor for me to be with you tonight. And so thank you for allowing me to share and serve you with this opportunity. I hope you found it to be resourceful in your decision making. And so thank you and have just a wonderful night, and good night, everybody.